Hey, hello, leaders. This is Paul Grau Jr., and welcome back to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So, I hope you're having a great day today, and I hope the title of this show does not offend you today, or this episode, because I titled it, Hopefully, We Are All Dysfunctional. Because when you think about it, being dysfunctional has some big time advantages to being successful. You see, let's face the facts here. Nobody's perfect out there. And when you put more than one or two people, non-perfect people together, there's going to be some issues that come up. And there's going to be some conflict. And there's going to be some productivity levels or issues. And there's going to be just some things that people don't understand about each other. And all of that stuff adds up to dysfunction. And when we're dysfunctional, that's actually a good thing, especially when we can admit the fact that we're all dysfunctional. All of our teams are dysfunctional in some areas because no team out there is absolutely perfect. None. You see, dysfunctional teams, I've worked with a lot of teams, and every one of them that I've worked with has some kind of dysfunctional aspects of it, whether it's personnel in wrong jobs or conflict between two strong personalities or strong behavioral styles, or a leader leading the wrong way, using the wrong style, or a leader not adapting properly to certain people. All of this leads to dysfunction in a team. But one thing that I've really noticed is when a team knows that they are dysfunctional and they're willing to admit that and face the facts, man, the advantages speak volumes. Because first of all, I noticed that dysfunctional teams are more realistic about needing help. I don't have to convince them that they need help in different areas. They are just, they're there. If I mention something, I bring something up, they know it. And they're ready to accept that, and they're ready to talk about that. Another thing is they're more open and receptive to change. Now, change is never easy on a company or an organization or within a team because change can be difficult at times. And when change really is taking place in a team that doesn't really think they're dysfunctional in any areas and doesn't really think that they need help, that is when change gets very difficult. But for dysfunctional teams that know they have dysfunctions, well, change is easy to get their buy-in. And once you have their buy-in to change, that's the secret behind change management. You need to get everyone's buy-in, or at least 90+% of the people on your team you need to get their buy-in. And once you have their buy-in, man, the change part is easy because everybody knows why the change is happening. Everybody knows the benefits that they're going to get once the change takes place. So once you have that buy-in and they're ready, change is going to be easy. They're going to want to change. But for teams who refuse to think that they're dysfunctional, well, change is a uphill battle. And then the last thing that comes to mind when I think about teams that are dysfunctional, their advantage is they are more coachable than teams that don't think they're dysfunctional. They're hungry for improvement. They're hungry to get the bad behind them. They know things are wrong. They can't quite put a finger on it, but they know something is wrong. And when I come in there and start working with those teams, they are very coachable. They're very open and they're honest. And they're open to not only coaching, but they're open to consulting. They're open to discussing new ideas and brainstorming new ideas. And they're just really a joy to work with. And I have worked with teams that refuse to accept that they're dysfunctional in areas, and they're the hardest teams to work with. Dysfunctional teams, man, they're easy to work with. And I'll tell you this, the more dysfunctional a team is, the easier it is to work with. So I think it goes without saying that we are all dysfunctional, and that's a good thing when we admit it, because it says that we're open to improvement. And one last thing is dysfunctional teams, they just ask better questions, and they're more engaged with the training and the learning and the improvements that are taking place because they want to get that behind them. They want to start performing better. They want to start producing better. And overall, when you got better performance, better productivity, you're going to have better profitability. And that's good for everybody in the organization. Hey, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this show. And again, we're all dysfunctional. Let's embrace that and be glad about it and start looking for ways to be less dysfunctional. Not because we want to be perfect, because we're never going to be perfect, but because we want to be less dysfunctional in more and more areas. Hey, have a great rest of your day. Until tomorrow, run to your challenges. We'll see you.